Hey there. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Therapy Conversation for Everyone with Morticia Sherman, the unapologetic therapist. No, I take that back. We are on the couch. We are on the couch. We are on the move. We are on the grind. We are unapologetic about what we got going on out here in this community. School has started. Kids are back in school. Kids are back in college. Some colleges have started. Some people are getting life back in order with everything that's going on. Of course, for me, I say things don't happen until after Labor Day. Um, Honestly, the month of August was just that time of the month. It's just that time of the season. Right before this, I talked about the pruning process. People are allowing themselves to have conversation about mental health. My name is Morticia Sherman again. I am the unapologetic therapist. I know that there are so many people out here saying that they're the unapologetic therapist and they're doing things unapologetically and all this and all that. And hey, we all have that right to feel the way we feel and to do the things that we do. But when you want to get the unapologetic side of mental health, contact your girl. Also, the reason why this platform was created, our mission is to be out here in the community, eradicating, destigmatizing, deprogramming the mind about generational behaviors that has been going on for generation upon generation. I had an opportunity to actually sit down and pay attention to some of the generational patterns that has happened in my generation for years that I myself had stopped. When I say generational curse breaker, generational, uh, just a generational movement within itself. If you know me, you know I'm a mother of four, uh, grandmother of two. I'm excited about next month. Next month is the month of giving for me for September. I'm going to be giving away a whole lot of different things. I'm excited about giving away, which I love to give. Giving to me is another source of being able to clear my mental health. I overheard a conversation about giving away things. I actually was listening to um, Instagram, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and he made the statement of if anytime you don't want to give something away, there's an attachment to that. And he was talking about how he cleans his garage and whatnot. Him and his wife cleaned the garage, and they were able to give away some things. And whenever you find an attachment, attachments come with mental health as well. You're mentally attached to that thing, and you don't want to let that thing go. And sometimes in life, you just have to do that. Um, August being the month of pausing for the cause. We are in the last Wednesday of August. Oh my goodness. Can I touch your ears for a moment? Let me have your listening ears just for this hour as we pause for the cause when it comes to mental health, because a lot of times we move so much in life that we forget that we deserve a moment of rest in our mental. It's okay to step back and pause for a moment and say, I need to rethink this thing and make sure that my actions line up with the words that are coming out of my mouth. Because we believe that resting is not for us. We believe that we should not rest, and we have to stay on the go about a lot of things. But your mind deserves a break sometimes. And I, for one, being a therapist, there are times when I have to push back and say, hey, I need to sit quiet for a moment. Actually, right before this podcast, I went and lay down. And in my laying down for that good 10 minutes was my time of silence and quiet to quiet my mind to prepare me for today's episode. Last week, I talked about silencing the noise. Um, Silencing the noise, actually unplugging the noise, and really honing in on the truth. If you know me, I'm very transparent. I have no problem with expressing or telling, and just giving you a brief synopsis of what I grow through. Because you're not going to hear me say go through, I grow through it. So tonight is tonight to pause because your mind deserves a moment. You deserve the opportunity to sit back. And I'm on social media and I watch different people and I see them having that moment, sitting on their patios, having that mental health break, powering down, you know, being able to separate work from home, being able to separate life from not living life. I made this statement and my client was it was so interesting. He said, Miss Patricia, this was so great. I said, too often we're so busy allowing life to life us that we forget to live life. We are too busy allowing life to life us till we forget to live life and enjoy life. And in that, it's a time to pause. It's a time to just redirect your thoughts, redirect the moments in your mind where you can say, hey, I really need to pay attention to my health. I really need to pay attention to my family. First of all, you need to pay attention to yourself and making sure that you are well and healthy. Your mind is set, your mind is well and healthy, that you are living a life to live and not just living a life to exist. Don't just exist on this earth. You need to live in purpose, live intentionally, live to do the things that you love to do because people are watching, whether you realize it or not. And we get told that all the time. People are watching you, whether you know it or not. They be sneaking behind the lines, behind the scenes, and watching you. And then when they see you in person, it's like, do they really live what they live on social media? Don't do it on social media behind the scenes. Okay. August, pause for the cause. Our mission is to eradicate, destigmatize, debunk, give the community what they need. And that is an honest conversation about mental health awareness, how to best sit down and sit still and sit quiet with your thoughts and challenge them if they're negative. Challenge those thoughts if you're having those thoughts of you're not enough, things in life are not happening where you need them to happen, things are not working out the way that they should work out. They are, but you need to sit quiet with your mind because your mind deserves a moment, especially if it's on the go all the time, especially if you're moving around all of the time. And I know that for a fact because I'm moving around a lot all the time, especially with building my business and building my brand and building my practice. I am on the go. Why? Because I know there are people out there that need me. I know that there are people out there that need to hear what I have to say. They need to know that I care enough to be out here in the community. I have some major projects that are going on that I'm excited about in the community. I'm getting out here even more so in the community. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share with you the things that are going on so we can get into this episode. One, September the 20th, I need you. If you're not laughing, come laugh with me. I'll be there September the 20th. Actually, that's 4 days before my birthday. That's Virgo season. If anybody know and talk to me, I'm always saying I'm a Virgo, meaning I'm a Virgo Libra because my birthday is September the 24th. On the 20th of September, my brothers in comedy and my sister in comedy, mail with the details. TT Carson, Big Skinny, says cousin now, but I call him Cut now. and Stacey Anderson. Big Skinny is putting on this show celebrating Virgos, his Virgo friends, those who are Virgos. It's going to be at the New Orleans bar. Tickets are still available, but if you come to the door, you're looking at tickets from $20 to $25 at the door. Show starts at 7. Doors open at 6. Orleans Bar and Grill, 18321 Westlake, Houston. Of course, I will be in the house. I'm always celebrating people, and that's me. When we talk about things that I love to do that help me mentally as a therapist, I like celebrating people and being in support of people. Now, if you want to know what I'm doing this weekend, I'll be at a women's conference. I'm actually going to have a table there. I was invited to be a part of a women's conference, and the theme: walking into your destiny. The woman God can use. I know God is using me. Actually, as a matter of fact, He told me in 2016 what He was doing with me, and that 2017 is when I started my master's. 2019 is when 2021 was when I finished, because I had to take a break with the loss of my mom in 2017 and some other things that had transpired. But when you know that you're walking in your purpose and you're walking and God is using you in that destiny field area that He has for you, it flows so well. It is so amazing. I love what I do. I just got through telling my sweetheart, I was like, I think I'm very passionate about what I do. And I am. I'm very passionate. Then also, I think I don't think, I know I spoke about this for the past two episodes. I'll be on this cruise. It's a dinner cruise that's happening November the 23rd. Of course, I know it's Thanksgiving before that, but I will be a part of this event as part as branding and talking about mental health and mental health awareness. You know, your girl really don't like to be on a boat, but I'm going to do this because I was asked to do it, asked to be a part. I was even asked to be a model. So I don't know if I strut my stuff. They say you don't know the boat is moving when you're on water. I don't know. I just know I tried that back in, I want to say 2016, maybe so, when I went to Hawaii. But there's some great things going on also. Set your date. Save the date. January 24th, 2026. Can't Shake Me, Houston's biggest, largest mental health circle. We're doing some big things. I got some big people coming through. If you know, this past weekend, I was a part of the second annual golf tournament in mental health for Vernon Maxwell. I had an opportunity to speak about mental health and when it comes to women and mental health. And actually, I threw in there about children and mentoring children because it all starts with them. And that's another reason why I started this journey, well, this quest, because I'm no longer saying journey, this quest in mental health, because when you catch them when they're young, it helps prepare them and mold them for when they're older. As far as talking about mental health awareness, I will be in the community talking to many different schools, many different programs. Why He Can is really taking off. And our nonprofit organization is called Color Me Stigma Free. Color Me Stigma Free is our nonprofit side. So Color Me Stigma Free gives the workshops. It breaks down everything, getting us out there in the community. Because why? Mental health really has no color. Mental health has no color. It affects a lot of people, and it affects a lot of people differently. One of our greatest sponsors is NAG Mindful Therapy. I really enjoy them. You can go to our website and become a soil breaker. A soil breaker, a grassroots breaker. We have all different levels if you want to be a part of this quest that we're on for mental health. So back to pausing for the cause, because rest is resistance and your mind deserves a moment. And then I'm going to also piggyback that on what's going on now with what we talked about last week about unplugging the noise and finding out the truth, uncovering the truth. So when it comes to resistance and your mind deserving a moment, that's when you need to unplug the noise that's so going so much around you. Everyday noise, the noise of work, the noise of home, the noise of all these different things that's taking up too much of your time. And you don't know that this is really affecting you internally. Because as therapists and even as individual people, people come to us and they talk to us about different things. And you got to know how to separate those things. You got to know how to separate the noise. And not to say that it's bad noise, but even with that being, how to separate those things and not take upon those things upon yourself to where your mind is constantly racing. And I talked about the intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts are when you having thoughts that are negative, and you need to test those thoughts and find a positive in those things. Intrusive thoughts can come in all different facets. It can go back from when your mom was or your dad may have said something negative to you. I remember, and I'm very transparent. I remember growing up as a little girl, and my dad, like I said, I was a girl dad. I'm still a girl dad. My dad, I still with my dad. But anyway, so my dad, I would always impress him, trying to impress him, trying to everything I did. It was almost like, Dad, I did this. Dad, I did this. Dad, I did this. Dad, I did this. And I would always want his approval. And it wouldn't ever come off as an approval. He would walk away or he wouldn't say anything that I wanted to hear. So intrusive thoughts would come along and it would be like, you're not good enough. Your dad doesn't think of you that way. Your dad is not proud of you like that. Why are you telling your dad what you're doing? Why are you explaining to your dad this? Why are you doing it? And those negative thoughts would make me feel so bad till I would have to recreate my own self-esteem. And that my mind would never take a break. It would never have a moment. It would never rest. It was not. It was so, it was resistance. I wanted to encourage, just be there until I got older. And I had to say to myself, it wasn't about impressing my dad. I am good enough. The things that I am doing are great. Going back and getting my education, going back and getting my master's, going back and getting my PhD. I didn't need my dad's approval for those things, even though it may have been good to have those things. But I had to learn to change the dynamics and change the narrative of my life and what was it that I needed for somebody to tell me that I was good enough. I had to first tell myself I was good enough. I had to pivot and silence my mind because my mind needed a moment to process those things that I had to take those intrusive thoughts and change them around. A lot of times in life, our brains are not at rest. It's in resistance. And we need to step back and quiet our minds, unplug the noise that you're hearing, the noise of the naysayers, the noise of the negativeness, the noise of things that are going on about you and around you. The best thing you could ever have, and I'm seeing this in a positive light, unapologetically, the best thing you can ever have is haters. The best thing you can ever have. Because if your haters are hating the way that they are, it'll make you move differently. It'll make you move and it'll change your thought process. It'll change the way you think about things. I love it. I'm going to tell you, unapologetic, I will call a person a Judas in a minute. And I will tell you, I love you, Judas. I love you, Judas. Why? Because that Judas is actually pinpointing things that I need to change about me, but I need to be secure within myself to know that those things are okay to change. I can change those narratives. And then what I do is I sit back and I relax my mind. And my mind is okay because I know my mind deserves a moment. Every time someone says something to you, You're going to process it, whether it's good or bad. You're going to process it. And sometimes our response are, I wish I would have handled that a little differently. And you could have, but you handled it just the way you needed to. So your mind can re reprogram itself and say, hey, let's think about those things. Let's sit back and pause for a moment. Let's sit back and see this thing through. Let's sit back and say, hey, every time when somebody tells you no, it's not a negative response when somebody tells you no. To your mind it may be. To your mind it may be. But when you rest in that moment, when somebody tell you no, and you rest in that moment and you sit in that moment and you rethink that moment and you say to yourself, you may have told me no, but my mind is regenerating. Just like AI. If you sit up there and you type something in AI and you ask it to create something for you and you hit that button regenerate because it didn't give you the proper answer of what you needed, your mind can do the same thing. But also often we tend to what? Suppress negative things. Don't suppress it. If you hear me and hear me clearly, I'm going to tell you, sit in it. Don't stay there. Sit in it, chew on it, and then turn around and regenerate it. And have whatever that negative thing was, turn it into a positive. If somebody say you can't do it, you ain't got to respond. You don't even have to respond to negativity at all, unless you want to. I tell you, I do. My shirt say, "Tell them I'm here." And then I got another shirt say, "If you come for me, I will arrive." Because I am one. When you sit up there and you constantly are negative around the person, I'm going to tell you, have several seats back. Because at the end of the day, you do not determine my path. You do not determine where I'm going next. You don't determine those things unless and I allow you to. Unless and just stigmas. Stigmas and cliches. Let's talk about that cliche that hurt people. I want people to tell me, how can a hurt person hurt you? How? That's just like being in an abusive relationship. Either you're going to stay there and deal with it, or you going to muster up enough courage to walk away. Hurt people can only hurt you when you give them the avenue, when you give them the platform to hurt you. Cliche. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words do hurt. They do. Sticks and stones hurt, but those are scars and whatnot that you can recover from. But words do linger. And when they linger like that, that's when you challenge them with your mind. That's when you challenge the thought. That's when you challenge those things that people would say to you negatively. Pausing. Pause on those things. They're not for you. People say things unapologetically. People say things out of anger, disgust, disagreement, uh, insecure, different things, but it's not towards you. If you notice, I've said this before, and if you have, any of my audience, any of the listeners, any of you who have seen this book by Miguel Nunez called The Four Agreements, if you've read that book, it will tell you exactly how to handle a situation. My main thing is be impeccable with your words. I love that part. Being impeccable, being mindful of what you say to people. Also, don't take things personally. I'm in an industry that people say stuff to me all the time. I know not to take it personally because they don't know me. Just the same as when I'm talking to my youth out there. And they say people say things to them. You know what my first response to them is? Are they on your birth certificate? Did your mom name you that? Nobody has any right to say things to you and they don't know anything about you. And I'm gonna go a little deeper, even your parents. Your parents see you grow up because you're in that house. But the things that they say to you that are negative, you don't have to hold on to those. Those things, you can rewrite the narrative of your story all the time. But what I want you to do, and that I suggest that you do, is if it hurts you that bad, sit in it. Take a mental health note, sit in it, and make sure you chew on it and take what you need from that. People say things. I say this over and over again. People are fickle, especially if they're human, because nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I dare not say that I am. Unapologetically, I can say that. I dare not say that I'm perfect because I'm not. Every day is a learned day. Every day I have to quiet my mind because my mind deserves a moment. My mind deserves that I pause because we take in so much. And I'm learning every day that I have to live life and life does not live me. I have to live life. Life don't live me. So I've put it out there. I've asked for questions and concerns. I ask for open conversation. But I can only give you what you ask for. And this topic is because rest is resistance and your mind deserves a moment. When you're resting, it's a resistance, but it's not. Honestly, when your mind will tell you when it's time for you to rest, do you listen to it? We resist rest when we feel like we have so much to do. I need you to take care of yourself mentally. I need you to take the time out, enjoy life. Go for a nature walk. Go ride a bike. Go for a walk in the evening time in your neighborhood and just quiet the noise, unplug the noise that is around you. Unplug the noise that is around you and find out the truth about what it is. Everybody does not or has not experienced childhood trauma. Stop allowing social media to tell you what mental health is. That's a key thing. Stop allowing social media to tell you what mental health is. Stop allowing social media to tell you what anxiety is, what depression is, what schizophrenia is, what schizoaffective is. What is all this that's going on? Don't allow social media to tell you these things. It cannot. And stop Googleizing and diagnosing yourself. Stop self diagnosing yourself. Stop. Because you're adding to the stereo and stigma that is going on out here in society. You want to know the truth? You want to find out the truth? Ask the questions. Ask from a professional the questions. Because all of us is not going to tell you that you have a mental health disorder. We all, therapy is for everybody, but everybody don't attend therapy. A lot of people take therapy as truly going to see a therapist, and a lot of people take therapy of going to talk to their friends and family, talking to those who they know closest to you, to them, that may or may not tell them the truth, may or may not tell you the truth. I don't want to tell you the truth because I don't want to hurt you. That's not me. Unapologetically, even if a family member comes to me, I'm going to tell you the truth. No, I get asked, did you diagnose that person while you were talking to them? Not all the time. Not all the time when I talk to somebody I diagnose. I don't. They got to really be doing something that's going to have me saying, you know what? Let me think about that because that right there is really interesting. But let's celebrate. Let's have conversations about mental health. Let's have true conversations. about mental health. Let's pause and ask the right questions from the right individuals. You have professionals out here. You have licensed professional counselors like myself. You have licensed social workers that are out here. There's many ways that you can interact with us. I'm here every Wednesday for an hour. Every Wednesday for an hour, nonstop. And for those who have been on my podcast, I want you to reach back out to me because October is our celebration time. I would like to get a short snippet video of you talking about your progress and what you've done and where you've been in that year span. Because October is celebration time, but next month is really celebration time for me for September because I will be still giving away. I'm still preparing for my teachers, my six. I got two already, but I'm still saying it. The six, three men, three women, elementary, middle school, high school. I'm still on that because you know why? Our teachers, may they be instructors, may they be college professors, all of them impact a child's life. And I want to see more positive than I do negative. Anytime that you are educating an individual of a certain age, may they be as young as elementary, pre-K, early childhood, as well as individuals who are in college. And you have some individuals that are in college that are over a certain age, and they're seasonal citizens. And I love my seasonal citizens. But anytime you're impacting someone's life when it comes to their education, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors at home. And that's when that statement of what happens in the house stays in the house. No, it does not. That cliche right there is just all the more wrong. I'm all about deprogramming our minds because we only learn from those who taught us what they taught us. Not to say that everything was taught was wrong, but there are some things that we were taught that our minds need a moment to sit back and say, that was not good teaching. How do I rewrite that narrative? Giving your mind the moment it deserves. Giving your mind the moment to process the things that were not true and giving it a true narrative. Having rest, sitting down, allowing your mind to really take a moment of a pause. You don't have to be busy like that every day. You don't have to be busy like that all the time. You don't have to be on that what they call the rat race Ferris wheel running all the time. You don't have to be that way. Give your mind an opportunity to rest. Every day, here's a tool. And I want to be able to give tools also when I have these episodes. Here's a tool. When you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling anxious about a situation, we always use a breathing technique. But breathing techniques may not always work for everybody because you're on the go and you're on the move. But what I do like is finding something in a room that you can focus on and look at that thing and breathe. Or if you're sitting down and having a moment, because I call them having moments, sitting down, putting your palms down and feeling the pulse of your heart and breathing until it becomes calm. You're breathing. You can hear yourself. Those are tools to have, great tools to have. For those who like to journal, I'll say it when you want to journal. Write that emotion down. Write that feeling down and you ask yourself, is this real? Is this factual? Or is this a feeling that I can process, that I can take off my mind and say, no, not today. This is not the feeling that I'm feeling today. We all grow through things daily. Why? Because our minds are constantly on the go, because that's how we were taught. These are things that we were taught. Things that we're doing are learned behaviors. Yeah, we learn from our environment. And yes, we learn from things that are going on in our just in general, nature and nurture, the nature of a thing and how it nurtured you. Where did you grow up? What neighborhood did you grow up in? I hear people saying this all the time. I grew up in this neighborhood and I grew up in that neighborhood. But what did you take out of that in growing up in that neighborhood that you could change your mindset and change the narrative of how that story was actually written? What can you do to help support another kid or another individual? Because everything we grow through in life, we can share that story with someone else. I'm very transparent about my life stories. Why? Because I know it will help somebody else. I grew through those things. And I'm sure some people would say, if I had to go through that again, I would. Some things I probably would have said, if I had to grow through that again, I would. So, back to unplugging that noise, those things that your mind won't give you a moment for, and telling your mind the truth. The truth of the matter is, you deserve to be mentally healthy because your mental health is your wealth. You deserve to be able to have a moment to yourself, even if it's to sit in your backyard, go walking, go get an ice cream cone, go get Starbucks, and just decompress that stuff, but process it correctly. And what I mean by processing it correctly, sit in that thing, give that thing a name, and let it know no more, not today. Giving your mind a moment, the moment it deserves to be clear and have clarity in the things that you think about. I did a podcast this past Monday, and I was asked about my specialty. And my specialty is grief. Now, when I say the word grief, a lot of people are like, oh, that's dealing with death and loss. Well, as I stated on that podcast, and I'm going to share that on all my social media platforms. And those who are listening, those who are tuning in, thank you. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sometimes you'll catch an episode where I'm on 10. Sometimes you'll catch an episode where I'm on 1. Sometimes you'll catch an episode where I'm on 5. I think I went on an episode where I was on 20. That was like on the beginning of the year. But this podcast, I was asked about grief. And I had to talk about the different umbrellas. Grief is almost like a corporation. In a not in a bad way, but not in a good way either. Because grief has so many different umbrellas, so many different things attached to it. Because there's 7 stages. We only knew 5, 2 more just added on. But grief can come in many different directions towards anybody. And when it comes to grief, I say the word grief, and I've said this before. When I say the word grief, a lot of people, oh, it's dealing with the death or the loss of a loved one. No, grief covers the loss of a job, change of a relationship, divorce. When people go through a divorce, they actually go through those stages of grief. And with the 2 that was just added, shock and pain, you're shocked, especially if you didn't know that that was happening. Then the pain sits in. And then you go into denial. Oh, I don't think we really need a divorce or anything like that. Check your mind when things happen, such as the loss of a job, empty nesters. Unapologetically, empty nesters. When you're not prepared for your child to go off to college, that's a shock. It's like, oh, shock. Oh, nobody in the house but me. Then the pain sits in because you become lonely and you're missing your child. Then the denial, oh, they'll come back. I'm not gonna worry about it. They'll be back. And then what if they don't? What if they grew up and stay? And I for one know because I got 4 kids. What if they grow up and stay wherever they go to college at? And then also you start bargaining. Maybe I'll contact them and ask them if they want to come home. They can come home. Come move back home. Come move back in with mama or daddy. Come move back in with us. You know, and then when you get into the bargaining, then you get into sadness. I want them to change depression off of 7 stages of grief because not everybody experiences depression. Not everybody. And honestly, in that, your mind does not channel into all 7 of those stages. Some people don't go through shock. Some people don't go through pain. Some people don't go through denial. Some people don't go through bargaining. But when you get to the acceptance stage, everybody does not get to the acceptance stage when it comes to that. So when I talk about the mind having a moment, you're going to need a moment when it comes to grief. You're going to need a moment when it comes to adjustment. You're going to need a moment, your mind. Listen to your mind. Just like you listen to your body is listening to your mind when it says, I need a moment. When your body is saying, I need a moment, your mind is saying, hey, let's rest. Don't mean you're depressed. Don't mean you're sad. Your mind is just saying, hey, I need time to rejuvenate. I need time to regurgitate the stuff that I'm hearing, the things that I'm going through, the things that I'm growing through, what's being processed around me. And give your mind the moment it deserves. There is nothing wrong with having a moment. There's nothing wrong with having time spent alone. There's nothing wrong with making space for yourself. Nothing. Make space for yourself. We say make space for people in our lives. Why you can't make space for yourself? And giving your mind the moment it deserves. Stop tackling everything as if you're a football player trying to get to the end zone. Process it. Allow your mind to take the rest that it needs. Allow your mind to tell you it's okay to pause for the moment. Allow yourself the time you need because everything is not done overnight. Stop thinking you're going to get healed overnight and healing comes overnight. It's a process in everything. But I'm commissioning you as your therapist on Wednesdays from 7 to 8 on YouTube and on Facebook and on all social media platforms to give your mind the moment it deserves. If you're going through grief, if you're going through anxiety, if you're going through any type of mental health or any type of anything where your mind is constantly on the go, give it a moment that it deserves to rest. Rest your mind. No, don't just, some people can't even go to sleep at night because their mind does not know how to process a moment. Unplug. Unplug. Turn that phone over. I don't care if your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife get mad because you done flip the phone over thinking you're hiding something, which you shouldn't be. If the phone is flipped over, maybe the lights come on in movement or whatever it is. Flip it over. Shut your mind down. Because whatever you didn't do the day of, are you really going to do it the next day? Your mind is saying, I need a break. I need a break. And that's when burnout happens too. That's when you become burnt out from doing certain things because your mind did not get the break that it deserved. It did not get the moment that it deserved because you're constantly on the go. People think burnout is just mental health. Burnout is everything. You can get burnout from a job. You can get burnout from being a caregiver. You can get burnt out from anything. thing when you're not allowing your mind to get a moment that it deserves. So I'm commissioning you as your therapist here on YouTube, Facebook, and all social media platforms. I'm commissioning you each day, upon each hour. Give yourself 5 minutes to breathe. Give yourself 5 minutes to decompress those thoughts. 5 minutes on an hour if you can. 5 minutes every 2 hours if you can. You can schedule yourself that way. You can schedule yourself for everything else. Why you can't schedule a time where your mind can get the moment it deserves? The time when you can sit back and relax. Sit back and take a brief moment and do a mental health check on yourself. Sit back and say to yourself, what did I do today that I didn't take a moment to sit down and say, I need to process this correctly? Your mind deserves it. It's recreating brain cells all the time. There's nothing wrong with your brain, but it needs time for itself. It needs rest. Give it the rest it deserves. As your online therapist for this whole hour, I'm commissioning you to take care of your mental health a lot better than what you've been doing. We're September is Monday, Labor Day, which means September giving us October, November, December, 3 months left in this year. 3 months. And for those of y'all after those 3 months that want to write these vision boards, we're going to go at it again. We are. We're going to go at it again because I want you to tell me about these vision boards. Because I'm telling you over and over again, Rebecca said, write it. These pictures, if visualization works for some people, it does. But these next 3 months, these next 4 months, because we're still in August, these next 4 months, I'm challenging you to sit down and give your mind the moments it deserves. I'm challenging you for the next 3 months, next 4 months, I keep saying three, next 4 months, to really sit down and hone in on removing the negative data that has been downloaded into your mind of things that are not true. Unplug the noise. Unplug the noise and uncover the truth. A lot of people, and I had this discussion too, a lot of people are in jobs that they really don't want to be in because it's not fulfilling. And your mind is saying, what are we doing here? What is going on? Why am I at this job that you're so unsatisfied with? That's grief. You're unsatisfied with that. And like I said, grief is not it's not always a bad thing, but it's a process. If you look at all those stages, those 7 stages of grief, I'm sure you're going to find at least 2 or 3 of them that are very dissatisfying. One being you're in denial that you're at a job and you know you don't want to be there. 2 being you're bargaining your talents. You're bargaining who you really are in that. And then sometimes you just accept it. I just need a job. No, you don't. You need to be in your purpose. And your mind is telling you where you need to be. But also often we won't give our minds the moments it deserves. We won't give our mind that moment. Don't use this for those who are watching, but I want you to use it. Think of that, whatever you're doing that you're getting paid for, you're getting paid to learn. It's not a job. You're getting paid to learn a skill set. They're paying you to learn that skill set. That was just a tidbit of information. But again, let's go back to that fact of I'm commissioning you. I am What was that statement they used to say back in the day? Oh, I double dare you to sit down and give your mind the moment, a moment it deserves for the next 4 months. For the next 4 months, I double dare you. Like the kids say on that movie, I double dog dare you for the next 4 months to sit down with your thoughts and give your mind the moment it deserves. Process those things that need to be processed. Throw away the things that don't do you any good. Your mental health is your wealth, and how you respond to things in life, check your thought process. Check where your mind is in that. Check how you're feeling, and if it caused you to have anxiety, stress, or an overwhelming feeling inside, check yourself. Because you and your mind deserve rest. And we've been resisting rest for a long time because we feel like we got to go, go, go. We got to get it, get it, get it. And it's got to get done. That's not the truth. When your mind is saying, I need a moment of catching up, I need a moment to pull my life together, stop letting life you and you live life. You can tell when you're letting life you is when your mind is constantly on the go and you cannot gather your thoughts to make sure those thoughts are accurate and they deserve your attention. Stop letting life you and live life. Live life to the fullest. They say you only have one. You have a birthday every year to restart it all over again. I don't celebrate New Year's. I celebrate my birthday. That's coming up next month on the 24th. I got some amazing gifts I'm giving away for my birthday. That day is actually on a Wednesday, September the 24th. I want everybody to come on because it's going to be a party. It's going to be a mental health party, September the 24th. Save that date. September the 24th is going to be a mental health party. Come sit with me, get some gifts. I'm even going to give away sessions. You're going to want that. I'm going to be giving away sessions on that day. I do hour sessions. I do 30 minutes. If you need a grief consultation, yeah, my birthday is the day of gifting. September 24th, save that date because I'm giving it. I'm giving it all. I'm giving away t-shirts. I'm giving away tickets to the event. I'm giving away, just be ready. It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway party. Why? Because he can't. Why he can't? Why he can't bless you through me? Why he can't bless you to get the things that you want, that you otherwise in your mind feel like you don't deserve? The mind reset. You deserve that time with me. Save the date, September the 24th. The unapologetic therapist is going to be very unapologetic on the 24th of September. Save that day. Also, I think I showed these things in the beginning. This Saturday, I will be at a women's conference. I will have a vendor table there. Come by. Saturday, it starts at 9, doors open at 9. If you haven't purchased your ticket and registered, lunch will be served for those after the conference. So that means it's going to be from 9 to 12. Oh, okay. Is it from 9 to 12? Because they talking about lunch going to be served after the conference. Somebody help me out on this because if I'm served after the conference, that means it's going to end at 12. Okay. 12:01. Then also on September the 20th, it's a Libra outbreak. I'm just going to say it's a Virgo outbreak. Virgos, Virgo's comedy show. You're going to have Mel with the Details, TT Carson, your boy Big Skinny. If you have not seen him live or seeing him or following him on social media or seeing him in person, this guy's hilarious. Cousin L is hilarious. Um, Mel with the details. She coming with the details. I'm telling y'all right now. She gonna have all the details for you. She gonna explain to you why. Then you have Stacey Anderson. This whole lineup is gonna be amazing. They're gonna be at the Orleans Bar and Grill. That's on Westlake, Houston. Of course, your girl will be there. I have to be there because I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo Libra. I say that over and over again. I will be there. Then also on November the 23rd, I believe she said the tickets are pretty much sold out, especially the VIP. It's a fashion show as well as after dark cruise. There's going to be dinner. It's going to be out there for 2 hours. 2 hours is good enough for me, but it's going to be promotional for me, talking about the things that we have coming in 2026. Um, if you want to give donations, we are called Soil Breakers. You can go to our website, www.whyhecan.com, go to our donation page, go to our sponsorship page, and you can be a soil breaker, you can be a ground breaker, all of those things. We have donation levels that are on there. Also, 2024, 2024, oh my goodness. Yeah, my brain need a break because I've had a full week. January 24th, 2026. Save the date. Can't Shake Me. Houston's biggest, largest mental health circle. We're doing it again. We already have two other events that go on. Don't forget February, lock in the date. More to come about where we're going to be doing this basketball tournament for the love of basketball and mental health. Adults, get your teams ready. There is cash prizes going on, and we are really doing some great things this time. Had an amazing time the last time. We're doing some great things. Tonight is the night mental health symposium still will go on. It's going to grow. And what I love about those who have been a great impact in what we're doing in mental health, this is not a fad, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a fad. It's a movement. It is not something that's just going to spark right now and die down later. I have been in this industry for over 11 years. And it's continuously changing. More people are finding out things about themselves, generational things that has happened, things that they want to, talk about. Relationships. How did they best handle relationship? Why my mom didn't treat me this way? Why my dad treated me this way? Why were these people absent in my life? Well, let's talk about those things. Let's find out what your behavior is and what's behind the behavior. You know me, unapologetic, I'm flipping that rug. We're going to find the root cause of why things are the way they are with you. And I want you to come in and do the work. Like right now, this 1 hour was for you to come in and give me some questions and some concerns, or DM me or email me your questions or concerns so I can help you flip that rug over and get all that gook out of your life. But I'm finding out more and more, a lot of people are holding on to that gook like it's dear life, like it's a blanket. But then you want to be healed. But then you want to know why certain behaviors are happening in relationships. Then you want to know why certain things are happening when you're having business behavior. Let's talk about those. But do you really want to talk about it? September is going to be really ugly. And I'm ready for it. Because I'm going to celebrate that month. That's the month of my birthday. But I'm going to have some serious conversations going into this new year. Because you only have four more months before January for those who celebrate the new year. 4 months left. To my teachers, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Anybody who impacts a child's life in a positive way, may it be in ministry, teaching, nursing, all of that. I appreciate you because it's a lot and we all do it. Every profession does it. Every profession, not just my profession. Every profession impacts somebody's life in a way, in a capacity that is needed. So, like my statement is, when you know better, you do better and you respond differently. It's your girl, Morticia Sherman. We were talking about the mind and what it deserves in the moment that it deserves. And sometimes I did go on a little tangent, but sometimes I have to explain stuff for you to get a gist to understanding my mission, my passion, and my purpose as the unapologetic therapist. Unapologetically, I'm coming and we have to get healed. I'm not going to force anything on you. I'm not going to even force nothing. Come to me when you're ready. I'll be there. I will arrive every time when you need it. And my arsenal is getting bigger for those who are needing help with. I just got a hold to someone, quite a few people, for individuals who may have had, what is it, um, sexual disorders. Um, yeah, that's a big thing too. That's a huge thing right now. I've spoken to some people, and a lot of times our actions are reactions from things that have happened to us in the past that we otherwise didn't know how to process. So, tonight was a great night. Today is the last Wednesday of August. Enjoy your Labor Day on Monday. I thought it was next Monday on the 8th, that following Monday on the 8th, but enjoy your Labor Day this coming Monday. And set some time off to the side of your day to give your mind the moment it deserves. When it says, I need a break, give it a break. There's nothing wrong with that. So, it's your girl. I love you to life. And there's nothing you can do about it, say about it, because that's just who I am unapologetically. Have a great Wednesday night and enjoy your Labor Day.